Hi, this is Jackie, and I am going to demonstrate a bit of my journal making, and I am busy with a mixed media page here, and I just thought I would show you bits and pieces of what I do. So I can't even remember which digital kit this is because I've mixed up a few kits, so I will have to go and do a search if somebody's interested in this kit. But anyhow, it had white and broad edges, and so I didn't like the white, and I wasn't planning on putting lace or something. I tested everything, and it didn't give me the look or the feel what I actually wanted from this. So I decided to take craft paint and paint the edges roughly as if it's a worn out frame. And then I got some serviette paper and tissue paper, which I'm going to use to apply onto this image, just to give it a bit of texture and to make it look more rounded off, and just to give a bit of interest to it and take away the flatness of the image. So I've got a fan on next to me, and now this fan is competing with me. So let's try again. And I see we've got a fly visiting also. Strange how everything happens when I need to do a video. I decided to do a video earlier today, and then as soon as I'd set up everything, my hubby decides to come and sit and take a cat nap. Well, I didn't want to entertain you with the snoring, so I didn't do a video. So I waited, and now eventually I've got something going. So I'm thinking of this, and then I was thinking of maybe adding this bird, but maybe I should just first glue this serviette paper onto the image. So I'm using acrylic gel medium. This is a local South African brand, so you won't, if you're from overseas, most probably you won't find this brand. So you can use any acrylic gel medium or Mod Podge if you want to. And it doesn't matter how thick you apply it or whatever, it fades away. That's the fun part of it. So if you go over with more of the image than you actually wanted, it doesn't matter, because it actually gives the paper a bit of texture. So I'm just gluing this onto the paper. And this is a junk journal, so, and please don't cut your pieces, you tear it, because if you cut it, then it doesn't give such a nice feature or texture or whatever. When we do mixed media, we don't aim for perfection. We just have fun. So, okay, that's what I'm going to add there. And now, let's see, I wanted to add this little piece there in the corner. This tears very easily, so I will have to just leave it like that and add another piece if I need a bit of more dots. No, this is not happening. I don't want it covering the whole flower. Okay, that is texture enough. So now I'm thinking of placing this bird here. So I can do that. So now we're going to cover this with some more of this gel medium. Otherwise, this whole process won't work if you don't add enough. I'm going to cut off the tip of that tail. So now we've got this onto our image. And I was thinking about adding maybe a sentiment, but now I've got to look for, I think this antique books is something. Let's just use it. It's just making it more interesting. So I'm going to add it here. This is the outside of my signature, not the cover. So this is just what I wanted to do with a bit. Now I'm just going to go over the whole image because I think it's going to look nicer if I just cover the whole image. There we are. So that's what I did with this side. And so now let's see what we're going to do on this side. I opted for this black tissue paper. So let's see how we can apply it. Maybe like that. I'm not going to cover the whole of the purple, otherwise there was no sense in painting it in the first place. So you see, I'm not doing it like precisely on the edges or something like that. No. It's not going to be like that. It's just roughly placed and roughly torn. The side is too straight. Let's tear it a bit. Oh my dear. These pieces are so fragile. And I just don't want it to crumple because I want it to be the dots to be visible. So maybe here we can do a long piece. But now this edge is also too straight, so we'll go with this. So I've been making tags and journal cards, and I've been sewing on them and decorating them. And they for this journal. This journal is a bit funky. It's got a lot of color and a lot of patterns, and it's a busy journal, but then I printed some polka dot pages and stars and etc. to use for journaling. So this is basically what I'm going to do with this. So now I just need to think of a sentiment that we can place here. Tomorrow is not promised. This sounds so negative. I don't feel much for that sentiment. I just want to grab another one. It's somewhere. Oh, here it is. So let's see what we've got here. There's a spelling mistake, so that won't work. Let's go with poetry scribbled on torn pages. I think I'm going to put some poetry of mine inside the journal. I usually do something like that. And yeah, let's put it like that. And there we are. There we made some mixed media. I don't want to, it's already so busy, so I don't want to cover it with anything else. I'm not going to do lace at this stage. Maybe later on, when it's dry, I can decide on changing my mind. What did I do with the lid of this glue now? I get so carried away, and then you won't believe it, I couldn't find my tag punch and my corner punch, and I actually had to stand up, stand away from my desk, and take another point of view to see if I can find it. Now I can't find. Oh, here's the lid. I found it. You see, this table is so full of stuff, but I had it emptied and I had to do some admin work, and then I filled it again, and then I moved stuff again, and it's just, I need everything handy. So this is how it looks like when I craft. It's not all neatly put in heaps and whatever. So when I make a video, it's what it is. It's not showing off a perfect space. So this is what I am going to end with here, and then I just wanted to show you some jelly prints I made. I used stencils, and this is another one. I was actually too lazy to look for other stuff, so I just went ahead and did this and tried out a few stencils and saw that if you don't press hard enough, you don't get a good lay down of the image. And I like this red one, and then here are two different ones, also not pressed hard enough. And I just made circles with the top of a soda bottle and and then I turned it upside down, and it made these sort of images on it. And I tried to draw leaves and make these flowers and stuff. I can doodle on that, but I'm going to add this one to the journal. And I wonder, I was supposed to add another one. I can't remember if I already did. I can show you what I've been up to. This is just a decoration. Here I made 2 pockets with lace, and then these are just the different pages that I still have to decide what I'm going to do on it, and I will make videos if I do something interesting. And let me show you the other one quickly. This one has already got mixed media on it. I did it for a challenge early in the year. And there's a pocket, and today I made this. This is a challenge in another group, and I made it for this journal, a slide on the belly band. And I can maybe make a video on that, but it's not my idea. I saw it in another group. Cheryl Garris made the video, and here I made another pocket. I just wanted to see if we've got these are all digitals that I'm using. Oh, this one is upside down. And I did another pocket. So it doesn't seem I've put another. I was so sure I did cut another one. Okay, and then I can show you some journal cards I've been making. Here's a journal card with the birds, and I added a crocheted border and a dangle with a charm. And this one I made 2 little dangles with a little heart and a little flower and decorated like that, and on the back we've got a pocket. This one doesn't have a pocket, and then I made this one with a flower and the embellishments, and it doesn't have a pocket. And then I made this one, and she has a pocket. And I made this one also with a pocket. I made this one, and she doesn't have a pocket. And this one, and it's just a card. And this one, and she has a pocket. So that's the cards I've been busy with. And then I made these little gorgeous, let me take away this so that you can see it properly. I made these little gorgeous cards, and some of them are now in one of those. And then I've got these little booklets that I'm still going to do stuff with. Some are thicker booklets than others, and I've got a few dolls here that I can use. So I'm still very much in the beginning of my creation, but I just thought I'd give you an idea of what I was busy with. So I hope, these are crazy, I know, but you know, I'm so tired of the ordinary and everything is the same, and so I decided to unleash the wild side and do something different. And I actually like it because you will always remember the feature, what it looked like, because I mean this gold actually lets this whole image pop out, and this green also, and this I accidentally cut, so I had to do the best with this piece that I could. And this I crocheted, and then I just sewed it on to the cards, and just made a few fun stuff and just enjoyed myself. This is a bit over the top, but it was fun making. So I hope you enjoyed this, and have a lovely crafting weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.